So thank you all for being patient with me while I film in this case. Generally, I've been doing it in third hour just so I can get it over and done with for the day and then like be concentrating on my day. But this class works really well for what I want to show. You can go ahead, sweetheart, go ahead. Thanks for being considerate. So as you look around the room, you can see that we have a busy beginning of the day here, beginning of the class time. So again, my explanation about the camera is that I have to film myself teaching several times throughout the school year just for my teacher certification. This is about me and what kind of teacher I am. It's not about you all or what you all are doing. So you all just be normal, and I'll try not to be cringy and weird because the camera's on and I always get cringy.
Just be yourself, girl.
I'm gonna try. Thank you.
The camera's just one of us.
Thank you. Yeah, I will try to remember that. So you can see that I've got my lab assistant here is helping me to prep for our activity today. You can see that we've got lots of supplies out already. I've got an objective on the board and I'm about to give you a different little helper thing or connector question. So just give me a quick second while you all get your paper out and everything. Let me write down the connector question. You can be thinking about it while I put attendance in, okay? Let's see, here's my connector.
We gotta write down the connector question?
You don't need to write it down, no, we'll just talk about it, same as always. It's nothing different because the camera's
Yeah,
on.
because she got to do attendance.
Okay, so here's the question, it sounds like kind of a weird question, but what is your favorite dish soap and why? And when I say dish soap in my family, what I mean when I say dish soap is like the liquid dishwashing
So like
liquid
Dawn?
that you use when you're washing in the sink, not what goes in the dishwasher.
gonna say Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn.
Okay, be thinking about that while I put attendance in real quick.
Can I fill up my water bottle?
I'll get you paper, what'd you say?
Can I fill up the water bottle?
Yeah, you've got time to do that right quick.
Say it.
Let's see, here's some paper, honey bun. Anybody else need a piece of paper? Ryan, you do? Here you go. You got something to write with? Got something to write with? Got paper, paper, paper. Girls, do you need paper? Can I ask you to put your phones away, please? Finish up your little texty texts. Hey. For a long time?
No, but I can come back. Ooh.
Okay, because I would really love to have them.
No, this time. I can
Okay.
come back. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for understanding. I can't live without Dakota.
No, it is.
All right, be thinking about your dish soap while I put attendance in. Is everybody recovering from the prom?
No.
Was Key at the prom?
Mm-hmm.
She was? Ooh, we got a full house today. Almost everybody's here. Was that the door of somebody back? All right, let's put away those phones.
No.
Third request. I've been polite, I've been nice. Third request.
Probably Dawn.
Okie dokie, just to ground us, let us know what we're up to and why. Thank you for putting away your technology, I appreciate you. So, last week we finished up the movie about the PFAS in the water, right?
Yeah.
Those long chain molecules that we call forever chemicals that get into our bodies and cause all kinds of hormone disruptions and eventual cancers. And so we want to avoid those. And so we've been, what's that? We've been talking about water pollution. And so today we're going to start talking about what we can do about it. And towards that end, I want to ask you about dish soap. What is your favorite kind of dish soap and why? I heard somebody say Dawn.
Palm olive?
You like palm olive. Why?
Okay, dish soap.
You just like it? Is there anything about it that you like?
They have like interesting citrus.
Yeah, they have good
Um,
scents, right?
I like Dawn because it doesn't dry my hands out.
Because it has what?
Because it doesn't dry my hands out.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't.
I like Dawn because it gets the dishes really clean. Like, sometimes when you're using cheap dishwashing liquid, like I've used the cheap stuff plenty of times in my life, I feel like I have to use so much of it to get the dishes clean.
And you can wash some animals with Dawn dish soap too.
You've seen the commercials. What animal is on the...
The duck.
A little duckling, a cute little duckling, right?
The other day on the way home from school, a duck was crossing the street. Just
Bro, I be going to Miss Hubbard's.
my
and
mom
seeing
had to
the
stop
ducks.
for it.
Miss Hubbard's got baby ducks.
Does she?
Yeah.
What color are they? Were they yellow? So they're gonna be those big Pekin ducks, those big white ducks. They poop a lot, that kind. My duck is a cayuga, it doesn't poop quite so much. All right, so favorite dish soap. So we like dish soap because it does a good job cleaning the dishes. We like the way it smells. We like the way it treats our hands. Dish soap can do a lot of things, right? Have you ever used dish soap to clean your shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Blue Dawn is good for cleaning like the white sides of your tennis shoes, right? Because those kind of get musty and dusty as you move through your day. All right, so we're going to be talking about that. And remember yesterday we talked about micelles. Do you remember that? We were talking about the atomic structure of water and oil and soap molecules. So it's something to think about how well it can remove grease in oil. So, I don't know if you all remember. Do you remember? I know you remember because you did a really good job on it and did extra credit. Do you remember the See Think Wonders we did when we were talking about environmental disasters?
Yeah.
Do you remember the ones of the oil spills? Do you guys remember those images? Remember that poor sad pelican covered in oil? Do you remember that image? You don't remember it? Do you want me to put it up on the
I
screen real
swear
quick?
you did
and-
not put no pelican.
Really?
You did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
I
you
can
did.
totally, I could be
No, she
misremembering.
did. Yeah, but I don't
Well, let's
remember it
remind
being
ourselves
covered in
of
oil.
it. It'll only take me a quick second to pull it up here.
I don't remember it being covered in oil though.
Let's see, where is my drive? Let's see, open. Environmental, here we go, images. Yay technology, work correctly for me, please. What would the patron saint of good tech?
Attila.
What was all that? Remember this guy?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that?
I do.
I don't think I was in here when you put that one on.
Alright, well, let's talk about it. McKenna, do you remember this one? How many people in here were in the
I watched all
co-taught
that.
class between me and Kunder and Try One? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Alright, so let's look at it. Let's look at this
No, you
image.
saw that stuff.
Okay.
There was a different. It
But
was a
wasn't
different
part of
one
our
though.
CPA
Yeah, it
what
was
you showed
different.
us.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
like all the way covered in oil.
Well, so let's talk about this one. What do you see?
It's covered in like a substance.
Some kind of substance, right? And what is the substance like?
Looks
It looks
greasy.
oily, it looks greasy, it looks muddy.
Definitely not clean.
Definitely not clean. What are these stringy things, do you suppose?
Oh, probably fishing rod.
Could be, right?
The substance sticking on the hair and drying out.
Could be that too. It could be like so thick that it doesn't even like run off. It just like
It
hangs in
piles
those.
up and hangs.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just thought
I
it
knew
was.
somebody was thinking that. What is this substance, do you suppose? Oil from,
Boats.
okay, boats. What kind of boat?
The big ones.
The big boats that carry,
Freights.
The
could be like an oil tanker that was carrying oil, like the big freighters we have on the Great
Or
Lakes.
maybe an oil rig.
Or an oil rig, right? It could be a problem where they were drilling in the ocean and something went wrong and the oil spilled into the ocean. Or it could be a pipeline on the bottom of the ocean that has leaked or ruptured or something happened. But in some way, human beings accidentally put a whole bunch of this awful, nasty mess into the ocean. And look, here's an impact. This is just one organism. zillions of pelicans do you suppose there are? And other birds? And think of all the other organisms that would be impacted by this. Do you think this would be good for a fish? Do you think this would be good for like an octopus?
No.
No.
No. Does oil and water mix?
No.
No. So
It
the
just
oil,
sits on-
does the oil stay on the top or
So
on the
can I
bottom?
put this in there?
The
No, on
oil
the
stays
top.
on the
Top.
top. There we
I
go.
said that.
Okay,
Can I
but
put
I
this
think
in
somebody
there?
else said bottom.
I said no.
Hang on. Because the oil stays on the top, how can it impact the organisms that are below the surface of the water?
Maybe while it's leaking upward or something like that.
The fumes.
Keep talking, I like these ideas. Do fish breathe?
Yeah.
No.
And it blocks
Oh,
the
yeah, it blocks
oxygen
the
from getting
oxygen.
through the water.
How about plants?
Can't grow.
No sunlight.
Because the sun.
So then they can't do what?
Photosynthesis.
And then they can't live, right? So it's gonna have cascading impacts. Can you guys,
Sorry.
thank you. Appreciate you. So it can impact organisms that are above the water, in the water, that live in the water. It impacts fish and birds and plants. And it's also ugly, right? Like, do you wanna go to that beach and put your little beach towel down
No.
and sit there and have a nice day?
Hell
And have your little lemonade and your little big sunny glasses and
no.
like, have your nice little beachy day there?
Stop talking.
Okay, sounds terrible, doesn't it? I would not wanna be right there. So this is what we're gonna start working on. We're gonna start working on this problem. Human beings have caused some problems on this planet. And so part of our job in science class is to figure out what could we do about that. So today we're gonna start doing a little bit of work. I'm gonna give groups a little aluminum pan, and you're gonna get a beaker of water and a beaker of oil. And when I tell you, you're gonna put your water into your pan.
Right here.
No, you're moving your feet right there.
Do you have a question about, like, am I talking, do you need
No,
something?
we was talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have to write that.
Not yet, nope. I'm just explaining what you're gonna do, but thank you for being ready. So when I tell you, you'll pour your water into your pan. And then when I tell you, you'll pour your oil into your pan.
Okay.
And then when I tell you, you're gonna use your tools. Here we go. You're gonna use your tools, and you're gonna try to clean up this pretend oil spill we're gonna make in a pan. Here's how you're gonna do it. You're gonna have limited tools. You're gonna have this, just the one.
What?
You're gonna have this,
Or whatever that's called.
it's called a graduated cylinder.
Yep, that thing.
So it's called a cylinder because it's shaped like a cylinder, right? It's called graduated because it's got these little markings on the side to tell you how much stuff is in there. And it's got a nice little base so it sits flat. What's this called?
Funnel,
Good.
Yep.
Why do you think I have this?
because it's
Pour
oil.
some oil, yep.
Go in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna use your little spoony spoon and you're going to try to get the oil from your pan. You can go ahead and put it into this little cup, right? This is just kind of like, you can pretend that this is like some kind of big barrel or bucket or something that you might have on your boat that you're trying to use to clean up an oil spill. And you're gonna use a spoon and you're gonna try to put
That's
the,
not gonna work.
well, let's see how much good you can do. Maybe you can get a lot of the oil out with this spoon. So you're gonna try to put just the oil into the cup. And then, whatever is in your cup, your pretend bucket, you're gonna pour into your graduated cylinder. Now, do you think that you're gonna be able to get just oil and not one single drop of water?
No.
Never gonna happen, right? You're definitely gonna have some water and some oil. So here, I've got a little picture here to show you. So if your water is green, because that's on the bottom, right? And your oil is pink, how can you possibly measure and figure out how much in that cylinder is oil and how much is water?
Well, you
Flip
move.
it.
What'd you say? What'd you say? You can't flip it, but you could flip it with the numbers.
You measure the total amount of liquid in there and subtract the water.
I love you so much. Thank you. Exactly.
Basically what I did.
So total volume.
Alright, write this now.
Okay, total volume. And then you're going to.
that?
Nope, you don't have to. And then you're gonna subtract however much water is in there. So I'm gonna write a minus sign, water volume. And what's that result going to be? If I do the total volume
The amount of
minus
oil.
the water
It would only be
volume,
the only.
then that'll be the oil volume.
Said that.
Let me
Said that.
speak.
No, I said.
Okay, pro tip, we have to always use our units when we measure. And what are we measuring?
Liters?
Liters. No, millimeter, whatever the hell that is.
Milliliters.
Liters, yep.
Good job. Milliliters, good job. What's the abbreviation for that? Because I don't feel like writing all that.
ml.
Right, lowercase or capital?
Lower.
Lowercase m, capital L.
Yep.
Okay, and so then the units here is in milliliters. All right. So, let's see how many people do we have? Like 3 working groups, you think, or 4? I've got enough materials for 6. What I'll do is I'll just start handing out materials. You all arrange yourselves into the groups you want to be in. And then once all the materials are passed out, we'll go ahead and go. And we'll see how much oil and how much, like how long it takes us to do this, to get just 250 milliliters out. That's how much oil we're putting into each pan, okay? So here we go. You all get in your working groups. I trust you to move around the room and be where you want to be. And I'm going to pass these out.
I'm not doing this?
What's that? Who's working together? You 3?
Yeah.
All right, why don't you come over here on this side so you guys
Miss
can be together.
Vincent, I got a phone call. I gotta go.
All right, who's working with you? I know you 2 are working together.
Hey, I'm in.
Sorry, honey.
You work there. Technically.
Who's working together? Who's in your group?
I can't just go here.
You 3? Okay. And you're working with these 2? Attila and you 2? Okay. Who's
Can I
with
use that for
Destiny?
quick? Miss
It's
Vincent?
flying solo.
Can I use that
Hey,
for
Miss
quick?
Vincent. How many groups can we do?
What was your question? How many what?
She said come over
3.
You don't necessarily have to. You're
4.
I'm the one that was farthest away.
Yeah, can you do it in 1 minute?
Yeah.
59, 58, 57, 56.
Whatever the hell.
Alright, here comes some
Actually,
water and some oil.
I'm
It's one of those weird words that sounds weird every time you say oil. Do you know anybody from down? Do you know anybody from down south who says Earl? Earl. Here's some Earl. Here's
Miss Vincent, what's that?
what's what?
Alright, can I put this in there?
You can put your water in. Yep. I'm gonna bring you some water and some oil.
And
Here we go. You guys go ahead and put your water in.
no.
All of it?
Yep. Go ahead and pour all of your water in. Now you be careful with your electronics and keep your clothes when you move away. All right. Go ahead and put your water in.
The whole water?
Put all the water in.
No.
You know
Miss
what?
Vincent, my
Maybe
stomach hurts.
you are trying to remove the oil from the water.
Can I put the oil in the water?
Yep. You can put the,
Oh yeah,
the
let me get a
oil
spoon.
in.
All of it?
Let me
Yep.
get this.
All of
Wait,
it.
where's my funnel?
I'm getting it. To
So pour the, let me get stupid.
She said I could.
Oh, thanks, sweetie.
Don't do that.
Can we dump it?
Oh, there's
Yep.
our funnel.
Go ahead and put the oil in on top. Yep.
Where's our little cuppy?
Here they are. Over here. I have them out.
How do we get the water out?
That.
How do we
You just do
Then we
it.
put it in
That for you.
Then we put it
Now
in the
don't
cup.
forget to keep track on your paper of how much oil you're removing. That's why you have the paper. Because once you fill up your little graduated cylinder and you get your readings, you get your measurements, and you know how much water and how much oil, then you're gonna need to keep track of that on a piece of paper because you have to keep doing it so you've got all the oil gone.
There's cheese bugs.
Here's that for you guys.
So we gotta
Here's
put
this for you.
all the oil in this cup.
Yeah.
Damn it. I got a little bit of oil on me.
Does everybody, you guys have enough
I would say
materials?
use it
Okay.
just to let it.
So
But that's just a
interesting,
lot.
right? I see
You
that
can
you're
see.
all.
You can see when there's water in it.
I like the way you all are talking to each other. Who are you?
Oh, so this
Who are
is
you on the phone with?
Yeah.
that's tiny.
Are you
You gotta let the
recording?
water and the
Why?
oil
Oh,
separate.
I have some memory.
Oh, I love that idea.
I
Love
don't-
you, Jazar. When
Oh,
you
is
see
that-
you. There it is in advance.
What?
Here you go.
Where's that going?
Yeah, you can have a little bit of water in it.
I ignore the phone and there's somebody not
Not a lot of water, but a little bit.
Start
Hi, sweetie.
going off the
I
surface.
know,
Oh,
sorry.
it's on the top layer.
Off
Yeah.
the surface.
You can't get the water in there.
Oh shit.
Alright, ready?
Wait, I want a spoon.
Yeah.
Move until it's in a kissing.
I feel like that's a lot of water.
Attila.
Hold up, watch. Cause now, look.
Just barely put the thing under the surface. Okay, so it's still-
Can we get one more spoon?
There's one right there. Grab that
You
one.
can tell if you get water.
I can't. You grab it, weirdo.
How you doing, Deshaira?
You have to only get the
Okay,
water
I
out
spy
the-
with my little eye.
See, look,
Cooperation.
You not water mine?
I hear with my little ear.
Can you
Okay.
grab
You
this?
do it.
I got
Good job,
one
guys.
finger.
Shut up, cause later.
Now, don't forget to measure how much oil you have removed and write it down on your paper. Do your math so that you're sure you're keeping track of just your oil.
Move this hand.
All right, so what are you encountering?
Ready, now watch.
What's
Because all the
happening
water's
as you're
been
doing
going
this?
to the
What the frick? You can see all the water at the bottom.
Is this an easy task?
Yes. Is there any water? Yes.
I'll be asking you again in a few minutes what kind of experiences you're having.
Look, they're putting that in there, and then the water goes under the white.
Now you all, this is a nice, clean, new vegetable oil from the grocery store. So it's not dirty or anything, but it could stain your clothing if you got drips of that oil on your clothing. So be careful.
my pants.
Why is that
Yeah, you might need to put a little stain remover on there.
He's like, let me roll this.
Before you
shit.
wash 'em.
Damn.
I don't want to go stain.
You dropped your shit.
I have some at my house. Want me to wash them? Bring them tomorrow and I'll put them in the washer for you.
You got a little
You
on
just
the
bring that
table.
tomorrow
That's
and do it.
okay.
Yeah, there's definitely some underneath this tray.
All of my pants.
So as you're cleaning up, you also get
I
dirty.
just don't
I
like
hear
that.
that from more than one group.
do that?
It don't matter.
Your stuff is what? Okay, so once it's full, why don't you put it into the graduated cylinder and see how much water you have and how much oil, and record how much oil there is.
It's not even full.
There you go.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Let's fill this up real quick.
And then let it settle. Ooh, you're past the point where you can measure. I want to pour some back. You've got quite a lot of oil in that one.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Maybe best to get the, yeah, it's on the corners.
We don't have a timer.
Attila, just pour the whole thing.
Fudge, no.
How much are you supposed to?
Give me.
So the markings go all the way to 100 milliliters, so as long as you stay below those markings, then
oil?
you're good.
Yes, I'm going only oil.
How you doing?
I don't want no
Is it still just as easy as when you
water,
started?
water in there.
You dropped it.
Oh!
Sticking to the edges of the phone. So you all know that in science class, models are super important. Ooh, that's interesting. It's kind of pretty, right? So what do you suppose the aluminum pan is a model of?
Oh, it's oil.
Well, is there water inside a boat?
Ocean.
Okay, there we go. So if the aluminum pan is the ocean, then what is the like the pan part? What is the aluminum part? If the water inside is the ocean, what is the aluminum part? That's the shoreline, is what I'm after. You okay?
Yeah, we gotta get off the shoreline, right?
So the aluminum is the shoreline, so that would be
Oh,
the rocks and the grasses and the beaches, just like where this pelican is.
Outside of
Okay, so let it settle, right? Let it settle.
That's what the fuck happened to your oil.
Looks like it's kind of suspended there in the middle. What if you tap? Looks like it is settling, because I see that the density at the top is different than the density at the bottom.
Did y'all spill some
It's
outside
just
of it?
bubbled.
I don't know what's going on.
You want another cylinder while you're
If
waiting?
we did, it's Attila.
It's her!
Okay, so did you measure your oil? Okay, so write that down on a piece of paper. And then here, I want you to get some more oil out of there.
Wait, we poured most of
You
it.
can use that and then
Yeah.
pour it into here, measure how much you have, add it up.
Bro, our thing is
Yeah.
leaking.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, here, let me get you another
I
one.
told y'all.
Like, look at Attila's paper. Bro, can we get some more oil? Cause now our oil all leaked out probably.
Well,
Did you spill all the
is it
oil
leaking from the
into
top or from the
The
bottom?
bottom.
So then would the oil be leaking out or would the water be leaking out?
Everything.
The water.
Just water, right? Because water's on the bottom. Let me get some paper towels.
Shot.
This is all on camera.
I'm gonna beat y'all.
She said this is all on camera.
Hey, okay. Now you guys are showing off for the camera.
Bro.
Let's not do that.
No, get my paper.
Okay.
Y'all did to me, bro.
What happened
Fuck
here?
you. Y'all splashing water on me.
Sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, y'all did get a little bit of water in here. It's on
That
camera.
wasn't me. That was them.
Let's be mature. Let's remember that we're here to learn. Let's remember that we're doing a task. Yes, love. You're writing down how much oil you have removed so far. Our goal is to get 250 milliliters out, because that's how much went in, right?
250 liters.
Milliliters. Yes, love. Jasmine, here's
I got a
some
little bit of
sweetie.
water in there.
I don't know
I
why.
got oil all over my pants,
The
man.
brown
What is
paper
this?
towels from Science
Well, that's
Center.
your fault,
Paper
Grandma.
towels.
That's completely.
Grandma message.
I'll wash your pants. That'll come right out. Don't you worry about it.
Wait, listen, we just, wait, I think I poured too much.
It's okay.
It's fine.
All right, so you can see that, all right, that looks like just oil. I don't see any water in there with
Oh, is
it.
it good?
So do you see some numbers? Yeah, you're doing a great job. But now I see that the water is settling there in the bottom. This one is just oil. What numbers do you see?
What is that? I don't know.
Okay, right, so that's the units. So what is this one? What's above that? Here, let me hold it up high so I can see.
When we did that one.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Nope, I've got somebody out right now.
Oh shit.
So this one's 40 and this one's 50. So each little line in between is 1. So it's 40
That's a
something.
lot of water,
Count
bro.
how many lines that is. So that's a little over full there, honey. I think you need to pour some of that out. All right, you guys put your phones away and concentrate on what you're doing, please. Let's keep working until it's done.
I am
Okay,
No,
great.
because that's gonna pour the
How much
oil
do we
out.
need?
No.
Just. You're not supposed to have that much.
Because you can't,
pour in
you can't measure that high because it's not marked that high, sweetie.
Oh yeah, well.
That was a good solution, thank you.
What's this one?
Yep, so now here you're gonna have to do your math, right? Because if you look, you see you've got some water and some oil. So your total volume here is 46 milliliters,
Is that as much as
but
we're
not all of
allowed?
it is
I
oil.
just that
How
is
much
be
of it is
holding it
water?
there sometimes.
Is this as much as we're allowed?
So you can't exceed 50 and still be able to measure it. That's the only, like, allowed or not allowed part of it. How much of this is water?
I can't do it with this.
Just wonder if you're stronger than your left.
Sometimes it helps to put it on the edge of something, to put your body down.
She trying to make me
3
pollute
mLs?
the water
Okay.
a little bit
So
more,
this would be-
bro.
Sorry.
46 minus 3. Yeah, so 3 mLs is water, and the rest of it is oil. So 46 minus 3
Yeah,
equals 43
polluted the waters
mLs
again.
of oil.
Water.
You have nice neat
Are we
writing.
done?
How do you do that?
Oh, no.
Good work there.
She told me all we were allowed to
Right,
take
Aurora,
is 50,
please
so
go away, please. Thank
crash
you.
out time.
I need to use the
Miss
bathroom.
Vincent.
Yes,
What
here
are
you
we
come.
supposed to do?
So
Look, this
you
is
are
scoop up all
trying
the oil
to
at once.
remove all the water. And so
I
you've
need
got,
to use the bathroom.
you've
Where
got
the fuck
two
my
very
nail go?
good
Where's my nail?
things here.
They,
So to figure out how much oil it is, remember we talked about?
Stop.
well, how do
I don't
you,
know.
like,
I'm gonna cry now.
See, he's scared.
water from the oil?
Pour that on me, boy.
Yeah, you can just dump it in here when you're done.
Wow.
So,
All of it?
yeah, so let's look at your total volume here, it looks like about 53 mLs. But a lot of that is water,
You have oil
It
in
looks
there.
like-
Mm.
45 of it is water. So 53 minus 45 for this volume of
No,
water,
all
right?
the water is
Say
oil.
10.
What are you
Okay,
talking about?
that looks
All
about
of this
right.
one is oil and this
What's your total volume?
How? What? You can get oil.
Do you wanna pour a little
Wait,
bit
we
out?
can do two?
That's what that one's for.
one just with oil and one with water in it. Awesome.
And
Let
then
me do
have
this.
Alan help you look, can I throw that away for you, honey? Here's this if you need it.
That's not big.
Hey, where's the language?
She said fuck you.
Okay,
That's gonna be too much
We got
water.
40 milliliters.
Attila, I'm gonna
worth
take
of
this
oil.
paper and I'll get you a new one, okay, honey?
So where's that from?
There's nothing over here. Get it. What you talking about?
I mean, don't chase me, bitch.
I have a question. Has anybody experienced that it gets easier or more difficult as you remove more and more of the oil?
Yeah.
Is it easier or is it more difficult?
More difficult. I need to use the bathroom.
Okay,
Difficult
when your
to
sister
her.
comes back, then
My
you
sister is
go.
right there.
Oh, who else? Who's gone? Somebody's gone. Yeah, when McKenna comes back, then you can go.
Should we
She's
just write that
not
down,
here
I guess?
anymore. She left.
She left.
Oh, she did leave to fill her water bottle a long time ago, didn't she?
Yeah.
No, she said she went and had a phone call and her mom was here. I'm pretty
So
sure.
we put that on our paper?
Alright, we got 2 months of water.
Yes. Yep.
Why are you so wet? Like,
Okay, if you can hear my voice, touch your nose. If you can hear my voice, touch your chin. If you can hear my voice, leave your phones away, please. Let me ask you
Okay.
how it is more difficult. Once you've removed a lot of oil, and I see that all of the groups have removed a lot of oil, what is more difficult the farther you go?
Water.
Can I have some more detail than that, please?
The water gets in the way of me getting my oil back.
Okay, can you explain how that's working?
I
How
don't
does
know,
the
because
water
I don't
get
got
in?
no water in this one, and then this one got water.
Lots of water. So it's harder to isolate the oil from the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
When there's a lot of oil and you're
Does that
dipping
make
with
sense?
a spoon, it's easy to get just the oil, right?
Yeah.
But as time goes on and there's less and less oil
Like, look,
remaining.
can I put a bug in here to show y'all how it's gonna suffocate?
Can you give me a gym, please? So I can-
Yes.
He just be tagged.
I don't wanna, I think we know what would happen if we put a bug in there, honey.
No, fishy. Wait, how long can fish live in oil?
So this is Ryan coming back.
Look it up.
Not with him.
I don't know how.
Yo.
You're the one.
Watch, I got an idea.
Give me some
Ready? This is the best idea.
Vincent.
you have any more
Pop, pop, pop.
Yes, I do have some more paper towels here.
bring us some over here?
You asked me for this.
Pop, 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 pop.
Did you need another one? Okay, so we are coming up on close to time to clean up.
Pop, pop.
still recording?
Yeah, I'd have to do the whole class, it's okay. Yes.
I don't cuss. I'm not me.
Oh yeah, I got no more oil. I'm in water.
Big ass head.
Okay, can I have all eyeballs on me, please? Attila, can you turn around?
Yeah, I got you.
Ow. With the language, please, thank you.
Yeah. Watch your thing.
All right, Attila,
I don't cuss.
I know you love to do the activity. Can you turn around and listen?
Can I get a napkin, please?
Yep. Okay, so you had some experiences. You looked at some pictures. You experienced some phenomena. You had a model of an ocean with an oil spill. And you used one method to try to clean up the oil spill. You had one kind of tool, which was really just some kind of vessel for removing the oil just by the scoop.
I think I did it.
Was this effective?
Yes.
For me?
I've heard a yes and a no. How can that be true?
Because there's still so much left.
Still so
What
much
are you
left,
talking about?
but we were able to get some out, right?
Ready, watch this, watch this.
All right, you
What
all,
was- what
you
was
all,
that
listen. This for my teaching certification thing. I really need to be able to lead you through the end of this. So
I'm
can you
bringing
guys
extra oil home.
zip it and listen with your listening ears for just a couple more minutes? So you experienced the model oil spill. You experienced trying to clean it up with one method. You had some mixed results. Worked really well at first, but then as that amount of oil got smaller, got more difficult to get out with this method. So it seems like this was good in some ways, not good in other ways. As we move forward through the rest of this lesson, because this is a multi-day lesson, we're going to try some different tools, and we're going to be comparing which method works well and which method is better, and you'll have some other experiences that are like this. Does that sound like something that you want to do? Do you want to continue to do these kinds of activities and work on this? Okay. The end goal, what we're working towards, can you hear me? The end goal that we're working towards is building a water filter. Something that we could pour some dirty water into it. And it
So
would
like
clean-
oil water?
or PFAS water, or dirty water, water that's polluted in many ways. So we want to try to build a filter. Bless you, bless you, bless you. So that's what we're working towards. So we're going to have lots of hands-on activities in the next few days as we work towards that. Did everybody manage to remove 250 milliliters of oil from your pan?
Yes, I overexceeded.
We were not able to
Yeah.
get 250 milliliters out of any of the pans, and that's okay.
I'm the best.
What you got was what I wanted you to get was the experience of how difficult it is. Now this was our objective today. Eyeballs up here, please. I can articulate. That means talk about. I can talk about the impacts of human activities that impact the environment. I should have chosen a different word here, that affect the environment. So we like to drive cars everywhere, and we like to have electricity and air conditioning and all of our screens and everything. So we need electricity. So one of the ways that we get that electricity is by burning fossil fuels, including oil. If we're using oil, that means we're moving oil, and when you move oil, you can spill oil. When you spill oil, you have to clean up the oil, or else our poor little pelican and our poor little duckling and our poor little algae and everything else will suffer, and that doesn't seem like the right thing to do, does it? Attila, can you do this for me, honey pie? Because I know you're good at this. Can you please talk, oh, that's okay, you don't need your paper for it. Can you talk about the impact of human activities that affect the environment?
Oh, when they drill into the oil rigs
Uh-huh,
and they can come up and get the fishies.
yeah, exactly that.
And then the birds try to get the fishies, but they can't because they get oil.
Right, so then they try to eat, and they get oil in their feathers, and then they can't be healthy and well, right? They wind up dying. And the fish are not healthy and well, they wind up dying. So then this is a terrible thing, all just because we want to drive our cars and have our screens and all of that. It doesn't seem like a fair trade to those critters, does it?
So they would just pour it all back in one.
So here's what we're gonna do. Thank you for asking.
Do you have a filter?
I think we're just gonna pour it right into the sink. And
You're
so we're gonna.
pour oil down
That's
the
It's-
bad.
It's just vegetable oil. It's the same as cooking oil. It's okay. It can go right down
I
the
guess
drain.
it hasn't been cooked with yet.
Yeah, it's totally fine. So what we're gonna do is pour it to the left-hand side of the sink and put all of your dishes to the right-hand side of the sink, and I'll do the dishes while I'm waiting for your parents to show up for parent-teacher conferences. Okay, take all your stuff to the sink, please. Everything goes in the left-hand side of the sink. Dump all those liquids down the left-hand side of the sink. Leave all the dishes in the right. I'm gonna come around with some more terrible brown paper towels. Why are they so bad? Good job cooperating. Good job cleaning up. I spy with my little eye. Kids working together. Kids being careful.
And I put everything I was doing in your side.
What happened?
Oh.
It's on your phone? It'll be all shiny.
I need to use the bathroom.
I can see why you would be super irritated and annoyed. Why don't you go ahead and go right now? Yes, sir.
You're gonna see my head
Can I go wash my
in
hands?
that video a lot.
Yeah?
That's okay.
Can I go wash my hands?
I have a sink right here with soap, honey. You wash your hands right here.
It's occupied. I couldn't
Occupado.
He's slow.
You said occupado. You meant to say it in Spanish, but you didn't.
All right, I love all this working together. Alan, here, can you give that a little wipey there, dear? And let's see, Shy, can I give this to you to get your little area there, dear? Yeah, I'm getting locked out right now. Here you go, here's more. The worst paper towels in the world.com. Here's that for you. I'll take that out of your way here. Do I sound like a waitress? Let me get that out of your way.
Miss Vincent, why you come
Does
to
anybody leave room for dessert?
What?
Like we go to a restaurant? Oh, don't you worry about it. I'm giving you full credit on it. I saw how things Oh, well, you have to wait till the bell rings. All right, once you're done in the sink, go ahead and go back to your area and keep cleaning up. Dakota, you're going for your appointment, are you? Where did Alan take us to? Where are you going? You guys come on back in. Oops, sorry. Come on back in. Why are you saying that? Come on back in. Come on back in. Come on back in. Here we go. End of the day is hard, I know, but you can do it. One more class, and then KU, and then conferences. You walk around with your folks, and I lost my So Jasmine, I'm serious about that. If you need me to put those in the washing machine, I'll do that for you. I'll be so happy to. I'll put the good stain on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not changing my clothes right now.
I'll just bring it back to me tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Hey, Scarlett.
Yes, please.
No.
Hmm?
Man said you ain't going nowhere.
Hey,
You know what? Fight me.
Hey. Watch your profanities. What up?
I'm leaving.
You're going on
My
May
lamp
10th?
showed me 10
No.
billion.
I know. But she
That would have made my
said she's
hair.
still gonna give me
My
credit
lamp
because
showed me
we're
10
doing
billion.
and I did my work.
Yeah, I saw that you were doing it. I saw you.
Oh, it's still flipping, you know what I'm saying?
We're having a tea party, so they're coming up here. And then they're not
I'm super proud of you. You are really good in this class, and you do such a good job. And I love it that you're. Oh, that's fine. Anyway, I just love it that I can always count on you to be doing the thing and to be doing it right and doing it well. Giving it your best effort. I really like having you in the class. Aw, Ryan, you're the best. Thanks, bud. Take those too. Thank you. Yay, for it. Look how nice it looks over here. Thank you. All right, great job, you all. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your cooperation. Have a great day. I've got your paper here, Jazara. You're good. Whatever that was.